EA Sports coverage of the NFL is in Houston, in the Space City at NRG Stadium. They do it big here in Houston, and a second ago it was a Texas-sized welcome for their hometown guys. They're fired up and ready to go as they get set to match up with the Carolina Panthers. Here's the former UCLA Bruin, Ka'imi Fairbairn, to get this one started. 22 men ready to do battle. It's time to dance. On the return, it's Kenyon Barner. And a nice job there as he gets this one up just shy of the 35-yard line at the 34. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. First carry of the game for Christian McCaffrey. Absolutely nobody fooled there. He's going nowhere fast as he's stopped behind the line of scrimmage.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know. You know better than I. He has the ability to take over a game, so what do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels, because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through... Nothing but room to run.
Everyone's got four down. Right to the 3. Set. Ready. Express. Gun.
On first down, this is McCaffrey. Looking for a cutback lane, but nothing there as he's met. At the line of scrimmage.
Here we go, fellas. To throw on second down is Newton.
throwing middle, but it's incomplete. Curtis Samuel, the intended target. And that'll make it third down.
There are a good number of coaches that any time they call an in route are really worried about the play because there's so much traffic ordinarily that the ball has to get through to get to the receiver. And on that play, it was batted down.
And this one complete, right side to Funchess. And he's able to get it to the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. They get 7 there, but it brings up 4th. And on their first drive, the offense staying out there. They're going to go for it on 4th. They snap it to Newton. Looking for the tight end, Olsen, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Justin Reed. Through an opening, and there he goes. And they will score a pick 6 for the Texans TD. So they go on 4th down. Not only do they not get it, it turns into 6 points the other way. Disastrous.
And many people think you should just go ahead and knock it down in that situation. Turn it over for the offense. But I had a defensive coordinator recently tell me, we see that as a passive play. We don't do that anymore. We want the ball in our hands, and we want to head the other way.
Probably also instinct a lot of times. If you see a lot of green grass ahead of you, go ahead and grab it.
It's the exact right play to do. That's knowing when to break the rules and when to make a play that maybe you hadn't been taught.
This will be fielded at the 6. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. Carolina getting set to take the field. And following the pick 6, and they have decent field position in throwing that pick 6. We'll see how they attack this drive.
And I think all you say to your guy is, listen, let's just take care of the football a little bit better. Make some better decisions on this drive, and they'll probably help him a little bit with maybe some really high percentage throws early to let him get settled back in.
But they told him and they told us they've got confidence. That's not a problem.
Yeah, not a problem at all. They just want to make sure they get things settled down a little bit for their offense and give their defense a little bit of a chance to rest.
They start on the ground with McCaffrey. Skirts by him at the 35. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Here we go, fellas. Set. 180.
On 2nd down, McCaffrey. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down. And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively. This is Newton off the play fake to McCaffrey. And that is incomplete. That makes him now 0 for 2 here in the first quarter on 3rd down conversions.
And now they'll look to their defense because they need them to step up so they don't fall further behind here in the early going.
So on 4th down, kicking it away here, Michael Pilardi. And that one hits at the 7, but bounds into the end zone, and that'll be a touchback. Watson will bring up the Texans here, 1st and 10 at the 20. From the gun, here's Watson. Forced out to his left. Oh, look at, the ball is out. Watson lost it. I'll call it luck or skill, whatever the case is. They're feeling good about just keeping the football.
Now, out power ball. I mean, I don't care if it was luck or skill, or the panic that jumps up in your chest when that ball's on the ground. Whether you get it or your teammate gets it, just as long as you retain possession, that's all you're looking for.
Only a gain of a yard there, but it indeed gets him a new set of downs. Now a play fake here on first down. Looking left side and completing it to Thomas. Just a yard on the catch there. It'll be 2nd and 9. I think defensively you're okay with that. Here in the first quarter, he's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game?
This is caught inside the 15. The Clemson connection. Watson to Hopkins for a big one. 57 yards.
That's a big-time pitch and catch right there. And, partner, I remember the days when quarterbacks would try this. They were holding their breath. But nowadays, they're counting on their receiver to be just a little bit better than the defensive back when it's one-on-one and the ball's in the air like that.
And now it's a fumble. And the Panthers have recovered.
When I see a play like that, I come back to risk reward. I don't know about you, but is it worth it at that point, whatever you're going to pick up, to either take the hit and, in this case, lose the football?
So should have gone down. I mean, hindsight's always 20/20, but that's the safe play.
You're exactly right. Hindsight's really never wrong, is it? Because you can analyze it, but I think ultimately you got to look at it as a first option, taking care of the ball, getting what you can, and that's it. Don't worry about it anymore.
The drive begins with a run by McCaffrey. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Well, not a game that you're going to go crazy about, but when you start at your own 2-yard line, any type of space is good for the offensive guys.
Yeah, you just can't go backwards from here. They did it. Now we'll see if they can keep it on schedule here on 2nd down. Back to throw, Newton. And they've got the hook up. This is Olsen. And they'll get him down up past the 15-yard line. That'll go for a gain of 13, helping big time to get away from that end zone. First down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to lose yardage here back to the 14-yard line. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. Here's Newton now on 2nd down.
We think, Brandon, I like the intensity this defense is showing right here in these first few drives. They're not just holding the line because they're doing their job, but they're doing more than that, aren't they? They're getting a nice push into the offensive backfield.
And a great example right there for the loss on the tackle. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Play action. It's Newton. And he gets it to Funchess complete. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. A very solid gain of 27. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on 3rd down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a first down.
On 1st down, Newton. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Greg Olsen was the intended target, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
Let's face it, you can run the route tree as many times as you want, get in sync, practice it, do all those things. But once you get to game speed, it doesn't always time up quite that well. That one goes incomplete.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Newton. And he's got a man on the crossing route. That's Moore. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. And that one results in 35 yards. Draw play as Newton gives to McCaffrey. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time and a first down.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of their yardage is coming through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They'll pick up another first down with that run.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. Before the game, they were running the route tree about as efficiently and effectively as we could have possibly imagined, but sometimes the passes just go awry.
Yeah, let's face it. When you're running the route tree in pregame, you don't have defenders breathing down your neck. You don't have defensive backs making plays on the football. Hard to replicate the intensity of the game in pregame.
And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. He lost 4 there, and it's third down. The Panthers on third down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 14. Now it's Newton. And it's caught. And he will take it across for a Panthers touchdown. Greg Olsen, a 15-yard touchdown grab. And the Panthers are now an extra point away from tying up this game. Gano the extra point, and we are tied at 7. So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been had he simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. And now out comes Houston. And they'll be looking to atone for last time's mistake of fumbling inside the red zone. Certainly they don't want to do that again.
And so much emphasis placed on red zone offense. I mean, you have periods devoted in practice just for that because everyone knows how vital it is to put points on the field and to come away with nothing. That's difficult for a team to handle.
And difficult, and now we'll see if they can make it less difficult on themselves on this drive. Nice way to start the drive, a gain of 12 and a first down. Now a first down throw, Watson. Trying to force it to Hopkins, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Captain Mutterland, and they'll set up shop in enemy territory at the 45-yard line.
And, Brandon, this is a real nice job defensively of getting inside a quarterback's head and figuring out, okay, where's he going with the football? Because you can make an educated guess defensively, not all the time, but sometimes. And when you're right, you've got a decent chance of coming away with the football.
Pitching it out to McCaffrey. He'll get this to the 40. Sweet little juke in there. Got him some extra yardage. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down. Earlier this half, you were wondering how the defense was going to handle him defensively. Were they going to bottle him up at different levels, so to speak, is what you said. What have you seen so far?
Well, I think they've been absolutely terrific because it feels like on every play, if we were watching this in the film room, when he clicked off the film or stopped it, you would see 11 shirts of that same color right there in the frame trying to tackle it. That's what you're looking for.
Call it a gain of 7, and it gets him a new set of downs. Toss. This is McCaffrey. And he struggles to get a yard here, maybe a yard, down to the 31.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
2 minutes to play in a tightly contested first half. We're back to Houston after this timeout. They'll try the air now with Newton. Hit as he throws there, incomplete.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
Yeah, I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the second quarter, a lot of time to change things. After an incomplete pass on second down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Newton now to throw. Now he's going to throw deep right side. And he's got it. Touchdown, Panthers. Jarius Wright, 31 yards. And his guys are able to strike for 6. So he scrambled right, but was able to look back toward the middle of the end zone to find the target.
As you know in this game, sometimes you just have to know when to break the rules, because we all know most guys throwing the football are taught never throw back into the middle of the field on a scramble. He did it and got away with it for a touchdown.
Instinct sometimes, right? They just take over.
Instinct and vision. Sometimes you just see people who are open, you're able to get it to them.
Catanzaro out now as he'll kick this one away. So they will accept the penalty and move forward. Good starting field position for the Houston Texans here as they come up 1st and 10. Watson going to give this one to Miller. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on the play there. 2nd down.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. What that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
A 6-yard pickup on the ground that time, and that'll make it 3rd and 4 coming up.
Richmond.
Now a handoff to Miller. And now Miller hit, and he fumbles.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. And now we won't see a play on 1st down. We're going to get a timeout instead, as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the 1st half. A couple of 1st downs have them to the 40 now on 1st and 10. On 1st down, Watson setting up the screen for Miller. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37th. They hold him to only 2 there on the screen. It's 2nd down. It's hurry-up mode time for the Texans, hustling up to the line. On 2nd down, here's Miller. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. 4 yards on the pickup there, as it'll leave him with a 3rd and about 4 more for a 1st. Out of the gun, Watson. A bullet throw, but incomplete.
Let's face it, perfection is something we all chase, whether it's playing this game or whatever we do. Hard to attain, but that's what they were searching for as that pass goes incomplete.
Would have been a decently long field goal, 51 yards from here, but instead they're going to go for it.
Come back.
They will indeed snap it to Watson. The catch made by Miller. 4th down, no problem. Just a ho-hum pickup of 14 to keep the offense on the field. And now before this 1st down play, we're going to get a timeout here, as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this 1st half. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down.
Red, green, the line.
from the red zone now. Watson. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete. So on second down, the field goal unit is on here as they try to get 3 before half. Right hash, 37-yard attempt. And this one is no good. He missed it. And this score will stay right where it is.
Everything looked good. Good snap, good hold. Sometimes, though, the ball just doesn't want to go where you want it. And this one winds up no good.
Final play of the first half, barring a penalty, as they come up on 1st and 10. A final shot before the break. Newton. He's going to go deep for Funchess. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. So we've hit intermission. It's halftime. This is the NFL, and it's a presentation of EA Sports. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Out comes the Houston offense as they get set to take over here. They're down here, but the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission.
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. They'll run with Miller. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down. Throwing on 3rd down, Watson. Now he's flushed out right. Now he'll go deep down the middle. It's caught at the 25. And all the way down to the 24-yard line. It's a big play on 3rd down for the Texans. 49 yards. A 1st down carry now for Miller. And a short gain here down to the 22. Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secured before they slide off and try and chip someone at the second level.
And this play gets blown up. They'll lose yardage back at the 17. And before this 4th and 3 play, we're going to get whistles and a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. And no field goal try here from the red zone. Offense out there. They'll go for it on 4th. A shotgun snap for Watson. Eluding the pressure right. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. Well, certainly not how they drew it up. A 4th down gamble turns into a 4th down scramble. But all is well. 1st down. They'll run. This is Blue. And this one will wind up with him losing yardage back to the 4-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. They'll try the air now with Watson. Pressure comes in. He's brought down. It's a Panther sack. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here. Second goal, last thing you need to do is get pushed backwards to take a sack. But he couldn't find anywhere to go with the football. Had to eat it and ended up on the ground.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. Down and open. It's Fuller for the Texans touchdown. Will Fuller from 10 yards out. And the Texans are an extra point away from tying this football game. Fairbairn good with the extra point, and we are tied at 14. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. This will be fielded at the 6. And what a return. Great field position all the way out to the 48-yard line.
Well, someone wasn't very happy about that game being tied up. They came right back at him with a big-time return. They want to get back out in front as fast as possible.
They'll try to get the running game going with McCaffrey. And there just continues to be nowhere to run. He's bottled up again at the line of scrimmage. Jonathan Joseph there for the tackle. On second down, here's Newton. And this will be incomplete.
Oh, I like that right there. Not only was it the right play, throwing it away like that, frankly, I think it was the only play.
Yeah, got outside of the pocket, realized he had nothing, just chucked it free.
Yeah, live to fight another down, right?
They had the incomplete pass on second down. Now they need a big play here, 3rd and 10. Off play action, Newton. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Oh, that's got to frustrate him a little bit because they nearly got to him there, and it would have been the first sack of the game. Instead, they're able to influence the release, and they did force the incomplete pass.
Here's Michael Pilardi now as he'll kick it away for the second time. And a great job here. This is going to turn out to be a beauty. This is marked down at about the 3-yard line. And now out comes Houston. Now, they were good last time out with a touchdown drive. This go-around, it's not going to be very easy starting from inside their own 5.
But they shouldn't be daunted by it. You work on this the entire offseason. You work on it in practice. It's called coming out session. Start the ball inside the 5, start on the 5 on the 10. They should be ready to go.
They'll start out on the ground. It's Lamar Miller. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. It'll be a loss of 1, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11. And he's going to lose yardage back to his own 1-yard line. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down.
I like the idea to mix it up from time to time because, let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
And this one will be taken up. They'll spot it right at the 7. That'll be good for 6, but now it's 4th down. To throw is Watson. And he finds his man Griffin. And he'll be taken down, but they've got this one up to the 35-yard line. Hey, nothing to see here, just your standard 4th down gain of 28 yards. And the drive keeps going. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And the hole closes quickly there. He gets maybe a couple up to the 38. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
They'll run it again with Miller. And hard running's going to get him over the 40 to the 42. 4 yards on the pickup there as it'll leave him with a 3rd and about 4 more for a 1st. They'll try to run for it with Miller. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. It's a loss of a full 3 yards, and it brings up 4th down. They are going for it. Here's Watson. He's letting this one go for Fuller. Got a man. It's caught inside the 10. And he'll take this one in for a Texans touchdown. Will Fuller, 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Texans have broken the tie. Fairbairn now to kick this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30 to the 33-yard line. Here come the Panthers now, set to take over on offense. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
Now a first down throw for Newton. Flush to his right. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's second down.
How about a tip of the cap to the defense? They're working against a very mobile quarterback, but all day long they've kept him under wraps. And on that play, they held him to a short gain.
Back now in Houston, it's the Panthers in possession of the football, but facing a deficit here as we get to the 4th and final quarter of play. To throw on second down is Newton. And this is incomplete.
Oh, man, for him to be that wide open and drop it. Sometimes you have just too much time on your hands, right? You end up thinking way too much, and your hands get shaky.
And, yes, he's a tight end, but that's a catch he should have made. The Panthers on third down, 3 of 6 to this point. This will be 3rd and 5. To throw is Newton. Toward the sideline. Did he keep the feet in? Yes, he got them both down, says the side judge, and that's good enough for a first down. They convert on 3rd with a gain of 22. The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. McCaffrey on the toss right. Able to push forward for about 4 down to the 37.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
And now the Texans want to call another timeout. That's going to leave them with just 1 remaining here in this 4th quarter.
Hey. That's it. I get it.
This is Newton off the play fake to McCaffrey. This will be caught inside the 10. And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Carolina. Jarius Wright, 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Panthers are now an extra point away from tying up this game. Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And, partner, we've got a tie game here in the 4th. Set to go now with the kickoff. These two teams all even again as we continue in this wild 4th quarter. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. And here comes the Texans now. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away. They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because when they're hoping, this big defensive lineman will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play. And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
To throw is Watson. To throw on third down. And he's going to be grabbed and pulled down. Mario Addison in there to get him for a loss of 9, and that'll lead to fourth down.
Come back, come back. Richmond. Target.
Here we go on fourth. Watson. He's going to rifle one deep left side. He's got a man complete. Fourth down conversion plays, you usually think 1, 2, 3 yards, maybe 10. Not there. What a huge pickup as the Sticks make a drastic shift forward. Watson on first down. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And this is going to be intercepted. Dante Jackson picks it. So how about that for a momentum switch?
We're in the fourth quarter, and it's a tie game. You've got to take care of the football here. Now their opportunity to take the lead right out the window, and everything is flipped in the other direction.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And his rough afternoon continues. He's going nowhere again. On the tackle, Tyrann Mathieu.
And, Brandon, every running back wants to use their speed in order to get out in front of things. Sometimes you just have to be patient, let blocks develop. On that play, that didn't happen.
And they're able to get this one across the 35. That one good for 16, and the drive will continue.
The good old toss play. And this time they go to the left side, so give a lot of credit to the offensive line. Center, guard, tackle, able to seal that side. But the guy that we don't give enough credit to, wide receivers. They have to do a great job of blocking downfield. Otherwise, that play can be spilled in the backfield. In this case, everyone handled their responsibilities, and they picked up really nice yardage.
And that is incomplete. They'll try again from the 36 on 2nd and 10. Play action. It's Newton. Complete to right. That catch good for 5. It's third down.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders,
and he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Here's Michael Palardy now as he's on to punt for Carolina. And here's a very low-line drive, almost whiffed on it. And this one will be touchdown inside the 40-yard line. And now out comes Houston. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down. Tough running there. That's a hard-earned 4 yards.
Yeah, those are the unsung kind of runs. They don't fill up the stat sheet, but they do set you up in good position on 2nd down.
Watson now to throw. Going deep for Hopkins. And this is taken in at the 5. Watson to Hopkins for a huge hookup. 54 yards. First down now, but that clock rolling.
Black 99, Philly.
They'll try and run for it with Miller. And he's in for the score. Touchdown, Texans. Lamar Miller, a 5-yard touchdown run. And the Texans have broken the tie.
Hey, that score deserves our respect, deserves our excitement. But I'm looking at the clock, and I'm thinking, there's a long way to go in this one.
Ideally, they would have liked to milk a little bit more time off. Now on the other sideline, you start to get the crew together and say, this is what we practiced the 2-minute drill for, right?
Yeah, you hope you've been in that situation before, and if you haven't, you just have the confidence, hey, let's go down there and get this thing done. But, boy, that's a big score right there to give them the advantage.
Here's the Carolina offense as they get ready to take over here. They're down here in a 1-score game, but the time, it's a factor, but it's not a huge factor right now, is it?
It's really not, because this amount of time gives them a chance to run their offense, to go through play sequences. And this is what they work on every week in practice, usually on a Friday. They go over this type of...
And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off at the 38. And he brings it back to right around the 26-yard. Line. And Watson's going to throw it here. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by Mike Adams. And they get the football, but not much on the return here as he stopped at the 7-yard line. You got the slim lead late and the football, so why are you throwing it there?
Remember during the year when we asked one of the head coaches, if you're in this spot, why would you throw the ball? And he talked about trusting his quarterback and trusting his offense.
But still.
And then at the end he kind of went, yeah, not really a good reason.
Back to throw. He's got a man on the crossing route. That's Moore. And now we won't see a play on first down. We're going to get a timeout instead as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds left to go in the game. So that play much needed there as they're all the way up near the 40 for a 1st and 10. He'll look to throw. They'll set up the screen to McCaffrey. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. That'll set them back with a loss of 3 on the play. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 13.
Right to the 3. Gun. Ready. 180.
They'll look to throw. He's got his man on the crossing route. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. That one goes for 24 yards. He's back to throw. He's going to let it fly. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off by Kayvon Webster.
And that one, it's going to hurt big time. You're in the 2-minute drill trying to get your guys down the field, and it's looking like they're going to come up just short, as this is definitely not his best throw, and it'll wind up being intercepted.
Black 99, feel it. Come back.
Throwing now, Watson. Going deep for Hopkins. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Dante jet this one to the 23-yard line. A critical error there in a tight game in the 4th.
all you talk about is taking care of the football, and especially with a lead here in the fourth quarter, turning it over, now the door is open for the opposition.
Just in general, when you're passing in the fourth quarter with a lead, no matter at what point, you got to be super. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. It's the Honey Badger, Tyrann Mathieu, and they will take over at the 29-yard line. And that's the play, that pick by Mathieu, that will seal this football game.
The Honey Badger does it again, and I think one of the best nicknames that's ever been given. Just so inspired. He may not care, as Honey Badgers don't, but he understands how to get around the ball, and he just sealed another victory.
How do you know about the mental psyche of a Honey Badger?
That's always been the expression. The Honey Badger, he doesn't care.
And, Charles, I think when the schedule comes out, all teams, no matter where they're predicted to finish, talk about protecting your home turf. They were able to do that here in this one.
Similar to a tennis match, right? Not letting them break your serve. That way you hold on to it. They got it done, and they feel very good about that victory.
So that'll just about do it for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. It's a win for the Texans.